Skylar had a discussion earlier today, and we were just actually just to keep it real, we were this podcast was supposed to be about something totally different. We were supposed to talk about accountability in the relationship, but things didn't really play out the way we wanted it to. So and we just figured from both our experiences, talking about like co-parenting after that in the aftermath or whatever, this is like a topic that a lot of people are dealing with, not just us, but like a lot of people are affected by this, whether it's men or women, more solely men, I feel like are really going through a lot of this stuff than women are. But we just kind of want to give our opinion, talk about our experiences, and then kind of just jump in and dive in of what do we think about it. So, one thing we discussed is, me and Skylar do have kids, and there are some different things we have had to go through once we were finished with our relationship, and just trying to deal with that. I know from his point of view, he's a guy, so his experience is a little different from mine. I'm a female, so I feel like I have a little more to say so when it comes to raising the kids versus Skylar's end, he doesn't have that benefit that I have. So I kind of just want Skylar to touch on how it is to be a father trying to be in his children's life and just like the different experiences, like the everything he has to go through to make sure that he is looked at as a good father and not looked at as if he's neglecting his kids, he's not there from his kids, because a lot of people on the outside are going to have a lot of things to say. They don't know exactly what we're dealing with or what he's dealing with, his experiences and all that stuff. So I will give him an opportunity to kind of just like elaborate and touch on what it is that he is going through, just some different things he has to deal with, and just kind of hearing the outside world's view of when he does try to express himself. Because I know it can be kind of hard trying to hold all of that in when you have so much to say. So it's like, where is your safe space? So this podcast, I do want to make it a safe space for everybody to be able to discuss, what they are going through, because believe it or not, a lot of people are going through the same thing. And it's just not our experience, but, we're trying to be here to help the next person, and hopefully they don't have to experience all the things we had to go through. So, Skylar, I just kind of want to ask you, being a father, you have children, and I know you're, from what I hear and what you say and what you have told me, you seem to be a great father. So I'm just trying to see what it is that you are experiencing that you feel that other guys might experience, or what exactly are you going through that from my side, like how can you help women, understand how it is to be a father trying to see their child and not able to see them, or just, you know, in that realm.
Um, Starting off, I just say just try to keep that relationship between you guys positive. Even though you guys not together, you guys still have a child together. You gotta just say, hey, we're not together, but we're here for the child. At the end of the day, that child and next to be in this world. So we both got to take responsibility and it should be equal on each other end to raise the child together. The child should not have to go out any parent.
Mm-hmm.
Mom or dad. Because hey, each child deserves a good upbringing. So if you can have a good relationship with that your other half or your ex, and y'all share a child, it's best to do it. I'll just say that out the gates.
Okay, I will say this. I like what you said. I really do. You said if you can have a good relationship, but the reality is it would be easier if everybody can have a good relationship. But the reality
Right,
is
right,
most time you're not gonna have a good relationship, especially when it's fresh. Um, um,
right.
it's a lot of it's a lot of parts to it. I feel like it really goes by the person's their maturity, their growth, the healing,
Right.
all this play a factor and a part in trying to co-parent and raise your child. I would say for me, I was that type of baby's mother, and I'm speaking on my last child. I didn't think I was bitter at the time. Now looking back, I might have been bitter, because I felt like it don't matter what you say or what you do. The child is mine, so you're gonna have to do what I say in order to see him.
Right, right.
And I didn't care. I had that mindset. I didn't care. Like, it's what I say. I don't care what you say, you know? And I really thought I was right because I was hurt by some things that that guy had done to me. And I was just so stuck on how he hurt me that I felt that it justified for the way I treated him of not really letting him have that full potential in his life. I would say with
So,
me, I think now another thing that has changed me is having boys. I have, all boys, and I sit here and think, dang, what if my child was in the same situation? That's kind of messed up because I
right,
feel like my son should have the same right as any female should have because it takes two to make that, make that child. A woman should
right.
not solely have that, not should not have all the say so and how that child is raised and all that stuff because you sat down you laid with this man and vice versa. This is the person you chose to have your child with, whether you're mad at them or not. This is the person you have your child with, so you have to sit here and you have to live with that, and you're gonna have to figure out how to deal with this because at the end of the day the child is young, but the child is going to see this growing up in their life, and you're not what's the word I'm looking for, you're not you're hurting a child basically.
You
you're
are.
you're
You
really
are.
hurting a child, like, because you're being selfish and you're thinking about your needs and you think this may be best for the child, like, oh, my child don't need to see us fighting. You're right. Well, stop fighting. Like, somebody has to be an adult here. Once you have a child and you lay down and you have this child, you have to mature because you have a child that's looking up to you, and they're not just, you can sit here and tell your child not to do this and do that, but if they see you doing it, that's what they see. That's their environment, and that's how they're going to turn out. So I would say on our end, as a mother, as a woman, we have to do better when it comes to these men. We really do. I'll let Skylar tell his story in a minute, but like for me, there are some guys that really want to be a part of their children's life. On my end, me and my last child's father, he hasn't seen him in 5 years. He has not seen him in 5 years. I didn't even know if I wanted to share this, but I'm just go ahead and share it. He has not seen him in 5 years. My baby was like 2.5 years old. He's almost 8. He'll be 8 in November. Um, and I don't know if he's still stuck on our disagreement. So it's not me because I have reached out, I have called, I have texted. I let his family be involved. I don't keep them back. If ever they want to see him, I'll call them. I say, hey, why don't you call your grandparents, go spend some time with them, because I don't want to be that mother that he has like, oh, well, your mother never let me see you. Like, that's not me. I'm not that type of person. No, I make sure he's around. I don't reach out anymore because I have done all that years ago. I've text, I've called, I sent emails. At first, I ain't gonna lie, at first when I did call and text and started sending emails, I was a little child. I was a little childish. I would
It
say,
happens. We human. It happens.
yeah,
You're not perfect.
yeah,
You're not
I'm
perfect. It
not.
happens.
I was a little childish. Like, I would say stuff, and then I would get mad when he would respond. I say something a little petty. I was being a little childish. And then I have to realize, okay, Gina, you have to heal. And I think sometimes maybe it wasn't meant for us to talk at that time because we might have been in front of each other and it might have been a heated,
It just had to grow on y'all.
yeah,
It wasn't gonna happen overnight. It had
it
to grow on you
wasn't.
guys to get together.
Yeah,
So hey, we need to communicate. We got to come down and sit down as two adults and conduct ourselves as adults.
we
We
do.
we can chill together. So y'all all you got to meet somewhere in the middle. You have to. You know.
We do.
So
He hasn't still come around. I'm healed from it because actually I'm at the point now where I can actually have a conversation with him. I can sit down with him and have a conversation about the child. I'm good with that. Would I let him watch my child right away? No. And I say that because my child does not know him, and I would want him to get to know him little by little. And
it's understandable.
yeah. And then, like, once he's comfortable with him, I don't mind. But the fact that you have not been around here for 5 years, I'm not going to call him a stranger, but he's a stranger to my child because my child does not know you. So,
But if that child is in some circumstance, if he want to make that decision and say, "Hey, mom, I think I'm comfortable being around my dad alone,"
mm,
yeah. If he's having that type of conversation, if he's saying, "Hey, mom," if he's addressing it like that, give it a shot because he's addressing it. Now, if your child don't understand what's going on and he's like, "Who is this guy?" Then you intervene and say, "Hey,
yeah.
I don't feel like my son's not up to it, so
Mhm.
you got to just support your son. You got to support what's best for you and your child because at this point, your son is a stranger. So you're right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And I do feel like once they get a certain age there and when they are capable of taking care of themselves and, can call for themselves, I'm not going to be the type of person that, to stop them for anything like that.
mine is the
Stories.
totally opposite of that.
Okay.
I have four children, three different baby mamas. I know. My first baby mama, she cool though. Shout out to Yvonne Ross. I give it to her though. Me and her, we cool. Me and her,
Okay.
we cool. Like, and she has her significant other.
Yeah.
Me and him, we cool too. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
good.
I'm not a bitter person. Like, I'm the cool baby daddy. Like, they go together. Um, I would, you know what I'm saying? I treat him just cool as her. You know what I'm saying? Actually, a few months ago, she had a birthday party at this restaurant at Longhorn
Okay.
Steakhouse.
Okay.
I was there in attendance. You know what I'm saying? Because we cool. And then I paid for their meal. I paid for his and hers because that's how cool we is. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
I
That's
I
what's
got a
up.
little backlash on it. It's like, damn, you fuck with the baby mama like that? Like, bro, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I came. He had a birthday party last year. I actually showed up. I bought him some YSL cologne. I bought him a bottle of 48 1942 Hennessy. And then, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
just he's there when I'm not there. He's there. If he see my kids, he wake up with her. He's there with my kids just as well as her. So, and that's we're sniff together. And he respects my kids, and I respect him, and that's how it should be, though. No, just because me and her is not in the same household, that doesn't mean that somebody's going to do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's a great guy, and I commend him on it all the time. I always tell him, hey man, you're a good dude, and I think that's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. You guys got to have communication. You guys got to have build these friendships. You got to have these type of relationships. That's what makes everything better. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a tribe. It takes a village to raise these kids these days.
It
You
is.
know, it takes a village. So if you part of her life and you there for her and
Hmm.
her kids, I commend that because it takes a village. You know what I'm saying? Because now she dating somebody who's like they don't care about the baby daddy. They don't want the baby daddy around and stuff. That's what that's what that's what caused a lot of drama. Because you're trying to co-parent and you're trying to be standoffish at the same time. Because here, on one hand, you got the co-parent parents, and then on the other hand, you got the standoffish boyfriend who's like maybe might be insecure or
Hmm.
that nature, and he maybe try to redirect her on her how she should do things or she ain't doing this right because he don't like the ex. So it it affects the parent a little bit because the ex he's out the picture. So she got a new boyfriend. She want to please him, do what he wants. So it's gonna weigh in his favor a little bit because she don't want to let him down because she got to see him every day. She got to wake up with him. So she may choose in his favor. Even I'm not saying it's right, but she may do what he go about how he wants things to be done because she wants to obey by her man. So it's kind of it messed up the situation. I've seen it a lot. I actually been through it a lot. It's selfish, but you have guys out there that is insecure and they want to intervene on things that they shouldn't intervene on, and that's not building a village. That's called conquer. You want to conquer and conquest. So you want to have your kingdom and you want to surround it
Yeah.
with water and you don't want nobody to enter. So
Hmm.
it don't work like that. So it's hard for some people. Me myself, I've been through it. I'm over it now. I don't. It don't affect me no more. I'm at the point you cannot get upset over things you can't control.
You're
You
right.
can't have those emotions.
Yeah.
Can't have that stress because I've been there, stressed and all this and court system. Like it's really messed up. In this day and age, when you go to court, you have to. It's like you buying your child. You have to pay these attorneys thousands of dollars just to make a decision that you and a parent should be able to make on your own.
Mm.
Why do we cannot co-parent? Why do we have to make? Why we have to have a third party make a decision on our behalf? They didn't make this child. We made this child.
Yeah.
So it's really sad that you have to bring a courthouse involved and they money hungry. They don't care. They really don't care about what the hell you talk about. They just want you to pay child support because they get a percentage of that,
Yeah.
and they don't, and they want to just whatever. They don't care because they don't know you. They're gonna know you for them 15 minutes, and that's it. Do get your 15 minutes of fame with them, and that's it. Go to court and make a decision, another client. So they really don't care. So you putting your decisions, life. These are life changing decisions because
Mhm.
these not only affect you, but it can affect the child as
Mhm.
well. That's the most important part of the children. The children can be affected the most. So I feel like parents should try to avoid court, be honestly, because it's better that way.
It
Going to
is.
court, going to court, and then a judge make a decision on something that he don't know. He never grew up with either one of you guys. He don't know if you're a good person, you're a bad person. Not. He's gonna make a decision on his best interest.
Mhm.
He don't know nothing that you did for all these years. He don't know nothing about that, but he's gonna assume because that's all he's doing, assuming because he don't know you. He don't know her either, and make a best interest, and it can turn out not to be the best interest.
Right.
One party's gonna be hurt. The mom's gonna be hurt. The father's gonna be hurt,
Yeah.
and that's what we put ourselves in. People don't realize those are the positions we're putting ourselves in when we don't build that relationship. As I was saying, you jeopardizing your future relationship with your kids. Because now you may lose your case, you may win a case, but at the end of the day, somebody's going to lose.
Let me ask
You
you this.
both, So me personally, I feel like you shouldn't take it to court systems, but if you have to because you have bitter baby moms, as we spoke on earlier, and
Yeah.
it gets dragged out.
Yeah.
Bitter baby mamas, they hard to deal with, and it's like you try to do one thing and they just told you the opposite. You want to
Yeah.
be there for the kids, they want to give you a hard time. For what reason? We don't know. We just go through it.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and I don't know what goes on in their head either, though. Like, who wakes up and say, hey, I'm about to make my baby daddy, I'm about to piss my baby daddy off today.
No, it's crazy because as you sit up here talking, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what would cause a woman to be bitter or hurt? And I don't know because I can't speak for every woman. I honestly don't know. I would say from just some of my experience, it's some cases the women do still want to be with that guy. And in some
Yeah.
cases, they don't want to be with them, but maybe they hurt and they trying to make them hurt like they made them hurt.
I feel that in that nature, though, but you can't fight fire with fire.
You can't, you
You
can't
can't
that,
fight
but
fire with fire.
that comes from maturity. It does because I'm telling you, like when you not mature and you not healed and you still going through all this stuff and environment too. When you have all these different people in your ear that's giving you the wrong advice and nobody is encouraging you to do right by that man or by that child or whatever, you're gonna continue to do wrong, be toxic and ratchet and all this stuff. Um, so that has to do with who you around, who you letting in your business, who you telling, who you talking
Yep.
to, who all in your
Yep.
ear. That makes a difference because if you have somebody around you telling you, Gina, don't do that. That's not right. You're only hurting a child. I'm gonna feel something. Regardless of
Right.
how I
Right.
feel, I'm gonna feel some type of way, and I'm like, dang, they right. But let me just, but
Well, I mean, in all honesty,
yeah,
we all been there.
yes,
We all did. We all did something like, let me send this message. I know it's gonna piss her off. I know she's gonna send me back a paragraph. Boom, paragraph. You see, we all been there. We humans. We are not
yeah,
perfect. Let's get
yeah.
to understand that we are not. We not perfect, but we have to be understanding. We
We
have to be held accountable for our wrongdoings. We have to be accountable.
we
You do.
do.
If you did something wrong, it was fun. Yeah, you got your rocks off. You laughed.
Yeah,
You pissed her off. But
yeah.
let's bring it back down though. If they're gonna get you more time with your child, is they gonna get you better relationship with that mother?
Yeah.
It's not. So let's be smart here. Let's go about things. Let's go about things the right way. You know,
And
it's okay to joke and piss her off, but hey, at
yeah.
the end of the day, let's be parents first. Let's be parents first.
And
So
not even that, it's just going to prolong the time that a parent can
it
spend with
will.
their
It will.
child. Us over here playing these games, being toxic and all this stuff, you just really messing up the child because you want to sit up here and play games with the other person. So
Man.
it's like, who are you really hurting? Your child looking at you like, ain't you supposed to be the adult? Like, what the heck are
Right.
you doing?
Then spend
Especially if you
time with you,
tell them a
right.
story.
Right.
You gonna sit and tell your child a story of what happened. They're gonna be looking at you like you sat here and raised me and told me
You
not to do
did the
this and
same
that.
thing.
Yes. So somebody has to grow up.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to say that I commend you, to be a part of your first child's mother's life and being close to the guy she is with now. That's really big of you.
Oh, that's my dog. Like
Yeah.
people, it's like people don't understand though. Like when I see that, when people like see me on social media at her party or see me at his party, they be like, "Damn, you that cool?" Like,
Yeah.
why would I hate him for it? He's there with my kids. He's a cool dude. I've been knowing him before we even got together. So he's my dog. I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, I went beyond. I bought him some nice cologne.
Yeah.
Bought him a bottle of some good shit. I spelled man. You know what I'm saying? I came in and they were like, damn, that's how I'm coming. That's how
Yeah.
you there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And you cool. We all cool. That's how it is. We a team. We a village.
That's what's
We, you know
up. Yep.
what I'm saying? If I'm down, I'm fucked up, I can call on them. If they down fucked up, they can call on me.
That's
So
what's
that's how it's
up.
supposed to be. It should never be like, oh, I got you now. I'm gonna treat you way better than your ex. It should never be like that. That's
Yeah.
you should never block me out because at the end of the day, that's extra help.
It
These
is.
two hands are extra hands. When
Yeah.
your hands is filled, I can come in. That's how it should be. I
It
think
should be.
on both parties, the ex or the other spouse is always a helping hand in your next relationship because at the end of the day, that's not their responsibility. Those kids not their responsibility. Them
Yeah.
still my responsibility.
Yeah.
So as as him and my ex is together, no, I command him because he don't treat my kids any different. He
Yeah.
treat them as they is.
That's
So
good. And not even that, your child gets to see a healthy relationship. Y'all not fighting and all
exactly.
this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my kids don't need to see me being bitter. Talk
Yep.
about why is this man over here? Hold on though. But don't get me wrong. I've done that in the past. But
Yeah.
this guy, my ex guy, just one of these guys she was dealing with was a low
Mm-hmm.
life. Smoked cigarettes and blacks all day in the house. She don't even smoke. So I come over there, the whole house smell like blacks. He don't want to fucking work. So I used to tell her about it, but I can't get too much. That's her business. But she's seen the red
Right.
flags too, though. But she
Right.
wasn't seeing them like I see them because I'm a man.
Yep.
I'm out here in the streets. I see this dude like, man, Joe, this, I was saying like,
Mom.
I shouldn't have to come. I'm out
Yeah.
of town.
Yeah.
I'm out of town. I'm in like a city 25 minutes away. My kid can't come off his bike. I shouldn't have to drive in town to put my son chain on the bike when your stepdaddy's your boyfriend is here. Supposedly he's supposed to be the man of the house and he
Mm-hmm.
can't do it, and then I come over, he get an attitude, tell her why I'm parking in the driveway. Like the nigga didn't have a car. Like you don't even have a car, bro. Like what the fuck? So it was like it got closer. Like we like almost had to beat him up. You know what I'm saying? I tell him like, hey man, you talking to her about me, man. You need to worry about yourself. Like
Right.
I'm not even getting on your case, even though I don't like you like that now because you rap after them. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to keep a job, so I don't like that. My kids seeing this. When they go to school or get up going to places, you here. When they get back from school, you here. You play the video game more than them. We shouldn't be seeing this right now. But hey, we live and we learn. She got rid of that Joker, and we she's seen it. She's seen it, and she with a
Yeah.
good guy right now.
That's good.
She got her an outstanding guy. Like literally, if I got something, he got like that dude outstanding. I give it to her. I
That's
give it to her.
what's up. You
Yeah. So
even
that's just the first baby mama though. I got two other baby mamas.
he's like, well, that's just for
I don't know, man. I got two other baby mamas. They going their other ways.
her.
My second baby mama, like we was cool. Like I have a 10-year-old daughter. We was good up to my daughter turned 6, 7. It started getting shaky.
Mhm.
I never understood it though. I was like, "What's going on?" But I started seeing it now. Like, some guys don't like you coming around their
Yeah.
household as much. So they feel
Yeah.
like, he what is he coming over here for? What? Or she's mentioned that I was over there earlier. And like, oh, you didn't tell me that he was coming over. Like they be controlling, so it's weird. So
Mhm.
that started happening, and then one day she approached me on some we need to get some arrangements on you coming over. Like you can't come over, and I was like, my child live here, so I should be
Yeah,
able to come over. As long as it's not late at night or nothing. Not I should be able to come over anytime. If I'm available, I should be able to come over at any time. It shouldn't matter. If it's
right,
about the daughter. It's not about me and you.
right.
You make it. You turn it into personal now when you're saying that, and things took a left right there, and boom. Um, I got hit with some papers. Got hit with some papers.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that he kind of has some involvement with you being hit with these papers?
Oh, now, yes, I see it now.
Okay.
I was with this girl 5 years
Mm-hmm.
prior to
Oh,
that.
wow.
I treated her son. She had another son that wasn't mine before we got together. I treated him like he was my son. I know his dad. I used to take him to his dad, no problem. To his grandma's house, no problem. Go over there, hang
Okay.
out. Oh, here y'all grandson, here your son. What's up, bro?
That's
Chit
what's
chat, kick
up.
this shit. I used to do that type of shit with her child, but now with her new boyfriend, I can't do that. He don't like that.
Let me ask you something real quick because she had a child before y'all, right?
Right.
So this was a question I had talked about in my last podcast. How would you feel, or how is it? Because I know the situation is a little different. How, like, do you still have communication with that child, or you feel like it's changed because you guys are not?
It's crazy though. Like when I see him, he still fuck with me. Though. He be like, hey, he say, hey, Skylar, what's up? And I'm like, kick a shit
Yeah,
with him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's not. It don't change because he's at the age he knows he sees what's going on, so he
yeah.
don't intervene and stuff like that. But he know who I am. You know what I'm saying? He know I'm cool, so he treat me no different. You know what I'm saying? He might ask with my boys how they doing. You know, and I'm so
Hmm.
oh they doing this, they doing that. Like we still speak though. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Let
though
me
that don't.
let me ask you another question because this was a question that was brought up in the last podcast. So the question basically was something like, if you were, and I'm asking you from a guy's point of view because my friend had kind of asked me this, but this is like from a guy's perspective, whatever. So, oh, hold on, I gotta pull this up real quick because I want to make sure I read it correctly. Okay. Okay, so basically, if you were in a relationship, I'm trying to figure out how to ask this because you're a guy and she's a woman, so she's kind of dealing with it different. So, say you're in a relationship with one of your a lady or whatever, you have kids by her, but she cheats on you and she has a baby by somebody else. And
Hold
let,
on, hold on.
okay, I know it's just it's a
Hold
lot.
on, say that
Okay,
again.
okay. So you're with the lady, right? Y'all
I'm
got
with you,
kids,
girl.
and y'all got kids together.
Yeah.
She cheats on you, and she gets pregnant by somebody else. This guy steps up and take care of that child as his own because the other
The guy
guy,
that hold on, she cheated on me, and then I got to take care of the kid.
yeah.
Oh no, she gone.
Okay, so
3 months.
yeah, yeah.
The day I found out she pregnant is the day she's gone.
Okay, so
That's it.
listen. So yeah, good. So please answer this question. Okay, so someone I know is messing with a guy that he has kids by this other girl. The girl cheats on him and she has a baby by somebody else, but he decides to step up and take care of that child. The child is like
No,
1 year old.
no.
How do you expect a woman to feel about
She
that?
just opened up the gates for me to go get another woman. That's it. That was a sign from God. Like, hey,
So do you
she's
feel
not
like
for you.
if a guy is still taking care of a child, and let me remind you, this child is like a year or younger. If you feel like if a guy is still taking care of this child, he's claiming it as his own. Do you feel like he still have some kind of connection with that woman, or he's just trying to be a good guy? I don't know. Like,
Hold on, are they still together?
no, he's in another relationship, but he's still taking
So
care
he
of the
still
child.
take care of the kid that's
Yes,
not his
that's
though.
not his.
I want to say, Liz, he might feel it might be some attachment there. It's
Mm.
some attachments there, dude, and because he already got kids with her. So
Yep.
say if he got two kids with her and that third kid ain't his, he already got. So I can relate to that a little bit. my first baby mama, her third kid is not mine. So that's
Okay.
um when I take my kids to Six Flags, I take him too.
Okay.
You know why? You're not gonna you shouldn't be making this kid feel sad on something because he come home, you bring the kids home and they go, oh, we have fun. He just sitting there like, what
Yeah.
y'all do? There's only one extra kid. One like these your kids' siblings.
Yeah.
That's not my child, but that's your brothers. Those still that that's they siblings.
Do you think
So
it makes a difference if the child is 1 years old versus a child that can actually go with y'all to Six Flags? That's age
well,
appropriate.
the 1 year old, the kid
That's
that kid ain't gonna
fresh.
know you. You can get the hell up out of there. He's not gonna even remember you.
Yeah.
So if he got a chance to get the hell up out of there, go. Let that real father. Because the thing is, you don't want to step on nobody's toes.
Yeah.
Let that first of all, it starts with this. Let that real father be the father.
Mhm.
Let that real grandma be the grandmother.
Mhm.
Let them real aunties be the aunties.
Yeah.
First, what you need to be done or would like to do, that's second. That's secondary.
Yeah. It
That
is.
that family is first perhaps first priority rights.
Yep.
Now they don't want to step up to the plate or be an auntie, be a grandma, be a mom, and you feel some type of way. Yeah, be there. Because them still your kid's brother or
Yeah.
sister. That's still siblings though. But just don't overstep it though. At the end of the day though, the child, and as the child get older, they will understand like, dang, Brad or Tonio, he was not my real dad,
Yeah.
but he's Steven and Kyle's dad, but he's
Mhm.
not my dad. But I still get to go with them.
Right.
He'll remember that. He'll
Right.
have respect for you, and respect go a long
It
way.
does.
You
It
know?
does. They're gonna remember that when they get older, who was a part
Yeah,
of
they're
the
gonna remember
life.
that. They like
Yep.
this guy was coming around. He didn't even have to do that, but he
Yep.
did.
Yep.
So and it's just building an extra relationship. It doesn't hurt to build an extra relationship,
It
and
doesn't.
in those circumstances, because like you go over there and pick up your kids, and that kid is
Mhm.
just sitting on the couch like,
Yeah.
nope, little Timmy, come on, put your shoes on. You coming with us?
Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
should be. I can't
It
speak
should
for everybody.
be.
It shouldn't be like, well, they ain't my damn son. Shit.
Yep.
Know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And then like I want to touch on the subject about I seen something on social media. A woman had 5 kids. She called and say the kid's hungry. The guy say, well, I only got one kid with you. And she says, well, you just bring some cheeseburgers from McDonald's or something. He said, I'll see what I can do. And then he drops off one cheeseburger. She had 5 kids. I
Mm.
feel like it's okay. First thing is first. It's really not his kid. It's not his obligation to do that. But I feel like if you're in a position to do it, it's not like she actually do it every week. And she's probably in this fucked up situation. She just
Yeah.
probably just lost her job or something.
Yeah.
You buy all the kids a Happy Meal to be on. I've done it before. Trust me. I've
Yeah.
done that with the second mom. I dropped stuff off for the kids.
Mhm.
No, I don't have no problem doing that. I just feel like things happen. That's
It-
petty shit. You know what I'm saying? If all these kids here hungry and I'm able to do it, it's not hurting my pockets, why not? Why not?
I
You
feel
know?
I feel like it's based on a person's character. That it speaks a lot about their character and who they are because you don't have to have feelings for that person. You don't have to feel like if you do this, they're gonna
The
think
kids
that
is
you still
neutral.
want them. Yeah. So I feel
Kids
like
is
if you
neutral.
are able to do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially
Yeah.
you don't have to do it all the time. That's just at the goodness of your heart if you have a good heart. Not everybody has a good heart.
Yeah, everybody don't have a good heart.
They
Yeah.
don't. And I feel like if you have a good heart, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because like who want to see a child sitting here starving, they sister and brother, their siblings and stuff. And there are some guys like that, they don't
Yeah,
care. Like
man.
I'm just taking care of my
They
child.
don't.
They don't mess around with the other kids. Where they daddies at, or whatever, they be thinking of going through
But
their head. And that's not right. And you can't force somebody to do that. But I would just say if you definitely have a good heart, do it. But there are some
yeah.
guys out here that
Some people just not up for it though. Some people just say, hey, that's not my kid. I'm not doing it. And it's I mean, they have the right to do so. I mean,
yeah.
they have that right though. But
I think in
remember,
that case, if you buy your child something, have them eat in the car so they don't have to eat around their siblings.
yeah, don't bring in one Happy Meal and
Yeah,
you know it's kids and they haven't ate. That's kind of fucked up.
yeah,
So just
it
have them
is.
eat before they get there.
It
Don't
is.
don't. don't rub it in their face, and then they reach into your little, they want one of your little 4 piece nuggets.
Yep.
No, like damn, I only got a 4 piece nugget. Damn.
Them little nuggets be going by
So
quick.
yeah.
So,
So
yeah, no, that's crazy. Let me ask you another thing when it comes to co-parenting. How do you feel like how important is it for you to, especially like having kids by a woman and she's in another relationship with another guy? Do you feel it's important for everybody to sit down and communicate, especially if she's with this guy long term and this is the person that, you
I
know,
feel like yes.
okay.
I feel like if they gonna be together for a while, long term, whatever, it's good to have a set some type of relationship with that guy because
Okay.
he's gonna be with your child when you're not with your child. When he's with because when she's with her mom, he's with her mom. He's with your child. So you need to have some type of communication there, like, hey, I know you're gonna be with my around my child. Not even with words, just know brotherhood. Like I know,
Mm-hmm.
like we know. Like I know you with my baby mama. What I'm saying? Like no, like hey, just if y'all need something, if my baby mama at work and you got my daughter and she want to speak to me, call me.
Mm-hmm.
Call. I'll answer, or she with you. I'll pick her up from you. I think it's important because her mom choose to move on, or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets to live her life, so she can have another boyfriend whenever a man, husband, wherever she choose to do, she can have that.
Right.
So by her having that, your child is not going to always be with mom because mom has to work. Mom may have to go to school.
Yep.
Mom had to do things. So by her being with her significant other may have your child. So you
Right.
guys got to have a relationship or something because when the mom is not available, their significant other is available. He might have your child. So you got to be
Yeah.
able to communicate and do that with each other, and it's important. It really is because it affected me in my personal relationship. So I say it's important, very important.
Let
Trust me,
me
it's
let,
important.
let me ask you this. Do you feel like if she's not wanting you to meet that other person, do you feel like it's something she's hiding?
Well, if she don't want you to meet him, she might want you back. I don't know, but she might want you back. You might, man, you might go back. You might go back and check the messages and say, hey, no, but not for real though. If she don't want you to meet him, that's cool. But when it comes for me to pick up my child, just make
Hmm.
sure my child's available. Make sure Make sure my child's not with him when it comes for my times. Because if you don't want me to meet the guy, there's no sense of having my kid around him, and I have to pick him up from him or something, and we don't even know each other. You know what I'm saying? It'd be
Yeah,
awkward. You
it
know
is.
what I'm saying? I can't control. I can't say, oh, don't have the parents gonna do whatever each side they gonna do whatever they want. Don't have my kid around that girl. Don't have my son around that dude. They
Hmm.
go these you can't say that. You can't control what I do with my kid when they around me. You can't control that.
Yeah.
Now if they with you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But when my kids with me in my household
Hmm.
and my significant over here
Hmm.
and you don't like her, that's a personal problem.
Yeah.
That's it. Your son's over here with my significant other. We eating cake and ice cream, chilling, watching the movie. What's up?
Right.
You can't take it. You can't control that. You can't control dictate what goes on in my household. Like I
Right.
can't dictate what goes on in your household. So
Right.
that's a self conscious thing there. That's gonna be something that you have to get over it real quick, or just be stuck with it
So
because
let me.
it's not.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this question because I know this is something we kind of discussed earlier. And we was talking about how when a guy has a child versus when a female has a child, most likely, unless a child, or like unless the dad has full custody, most likely the kids are staying with their mother. And I was telling you earlier how it seems like when the children go to their dad house, the female's always calling and checking on their
They
kids and asking
they
all
do
these
that.
questions. But when it's the
They
other way
do that.
around, when it's the other way around, it's like, what you calling for? Did you just see them, even though we have them full time? So how does that
I don't
make
know
you
why it's
feel
like
as a
that.
guy?
I went through that with everybody. It's just, I don't know if it's a girl thing or whatever. I just picked the damn kids up 20 minutes ago. Why you calling?
Yeah,
Why you calling? Or you calling them? You calling their cell phone? Like, I'm the dad. If you want to know something, what we doing? Call
right,
me. I'm the
right.
dad. Why you calling? But they be sneaky. They want to know what's going on. They just want to be nosy.
I
It's
think that's what it is. I think it's nosy because I'm trying to. I haven't been through that situation, and if I did, like my kids were like toddlers. My kids are older now, so I definitely
right,
don't
right.
do that. I call their phone or something like that if I need something. Most time I don't even call them. But the only thing I can think of from a female, they really trying to be nosy, trying to see what's going on, trying to see what they can
Yeah.
hear, just, whatever.
Because I can't when the child's with the mom,
Mhm.
you can call. What you want to know?
Yep,
What you want?
that's what it is. Like, why? Why is you
Why
calling?
you calling me? Why
You will see them in a couple of
today?
days. Yeah,
Yeah, today's not your day. It's not your
yep.
day.
It is. That's how it be.
I get that stuff.
Hey, that's how it is.
Yeah,
That's how it
I,
is because
it sucks. It sucks though because I've been going through that for 2 years now.
yeah.
I cannot talk to my daughter on Mondays or Thursdays for the next, I don't know. That's messed up. Like, dang, I got
What's
it's, I have
so
a
innocent about Mondays? What the heck? Like you're a
like
parent, you should be able to talk whenever you
you
want
should be able you should be
to.
able to talk to your child whenever you want to, but like say for instance, my mom's birthday falling on Monday. I can't get my daughter on a Monday. It's Monday.
Really? Because
That's
it's a
yes,
Monday,
yeah. Because you
so
gotta
it
think
don't
about it.
even matter the holiday or
It
anything.
don't matter. Look, it's messed up. It doesn't. You gotta realize that we don't make these plans or set the world. Things gonna happen on different days in the
Right.
world. You know what I'm saying? Christmas gonna fall on a certain day. Your
Yeah.
your little baby cousin's gonna have a birthday. It's gonna be an event going on. It's gonna be so many things going on outside of your scheduled days. So I feel like when parenting put those set days in there, they take away from the kids' interest.
Right.
Because, like, say for example, I had my daughter in gymnastics. The only days they had available at first was Mondays or Thursdays.
Mm.
Ain't that a coincidence? So I told the mom about this, and she said, "Oh, you try to do this on purpose because you can see her
She
more."
blamed it on you.
I didn't
That
make
ain't
the
if you want to see the
schedule.
child more. That's your child.
I had a screenshot and sent it to her. Like these are the days. She's a beginner. Like it's different levels on different days. It just so happened that Thursday, she's a beginner. She got to go on Thursday because it's a beginner. So she made a big fuss about that. So I ended up signing her up. Her mom took her for a little bit. Then she got upset because she's you cutting into my time. And this not even your day. I was like, it's not about you right now. It's not even about me right now. It's about our daughter at this place.
Yeah.
And yeah, I used to show up there. Actually, I showed up I was there every Thursday, never missed a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? She get there, she drops her off. I actually sit there through the whole gym session, because I ain't doing nothing at this time of age, and I want to see my daughter succeed. And she loved the gymnastics.
Um,
So she'll be in there doing her stuff. And then, when it's over, they come pick her up and stuff. And
mhm.
it'd be like, it made it seem like it was an inconvenience. Like, we should be coming together. This is a village. Now, say if you did have something to do or
Mhm.
you busy, what hurts for me to drop my daughter off? I'm here. I'm already here. I can bring her to you.
Mhm.
What's the harm in that?
Yeah.
But some people is uncivilized, so they feel like what? We're not gonna co-parent with you. We're gonna make it hard for you. And this
Mm.
is people that are doing it.
It
So
is. It is.
she was in gymnastics. So her mom got fed up and she pulled her out. The lady had sent me email said your daughter mom says she's no longer want to come to the program. So I wasted my money signing her up, and it was cool though. You know what I'm saying? It just shows what's the best interest here. Are we here for our child, or are you here because you just being a bitter baby mom because she don't like me? What happiness of our daughter having has to do with us.
Yeah.
These are the things she wanted to do. These extracurricular things she wanted to do. She wanted these activities. We didn't force her to do this. She told me that she wanted to do gymnastics.
Yeah.
I signed her up. That's what we should do. As parents of our kid, we support our kids.
Yeah.
No
Definitely.
matter the situation, no matter if you don't like your baby daddy, no matter you don't like your baby mama, okay, that's cool and all, but when it comes to the child, we supposed to be right there behind the child. Period.
Hmm.
No matter what the child wants is what the child
Hmm.
gets, and
Yeah.
we didn't see eye to eye there. So she pulled our daughter out of it because she said it was inconvenience for her. I even offer like if you guys doing something on that Thursday, I can pick her up and take her.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not your day. What the fuck they got to do? What they don't have nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't.
you got to know. But you got people like that.
You do. And it really saddens me because I think about, I'm just listening to what you're saying of how it is going through trying to see your child and make sure they're doing activities and sports and just, different things. And I think about how I was in my early 20s. Thank God I have matured from this, because I'm definitely not like that now. But it reminds me of stuff I did in my early 20s and stuff, really stupid stuff. It really was. It was really
Right.
stupid. And I was like that. And it's so sad because I feel like guys have the same rights as we have, and it's not right. This ain't your
You
day.
would think that. You would think
Yeah.
that, but let me let me shim on that. You said the rights. In the state of Illinois, it's messed up. In the state of Illinois, when your child, you and your girlfriend, your husband, wife, y'all have a child together, you don't have the man doesn't have rights. Let me tell y'all that y'all do not have rights, and I want to say it because it might not happen to everybody, but later down the line, that girl's gonna get mad at you and try to do whatever she wants, and you know what? She's obligated to do it because that's the way Illinois Statue of Liberty is.
That's so
The
messed
man
up.
doesn't have rights, and once the women become aware of it, they use it against you. You have to go establish your rights in the court system
Mm.
as a father in the state of Illinois. Yeah,
That is so messed up. It really is because I feel like it should be 50-50, 100, 100, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
you would think that you would think that,
you should
but
have a man should have the same right as a female, but unfortunately you don't. Unfortunately you
yeah,
don't. And and I'm sure it doesn't make a difference if your name's on the birth certificate, does it?
it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It don't matter. The birth certificate don't have to do with anything. The mother is the custodian parent out the gates. As soon as she had that baby, she got the rights to everything.
Yeah.
If she want to act a fool, say you can't see this baby, by law, that's it. If she withheld the baby from you for 4 weeks, you can't call the police. Can't even the delivery statute is so different now that the police are not allowed to intervene on
Mm.
those causes. They can write down your argument or stuff, and you have to take it to court. That's it.
That
Even
is
if you got to take it to
family
court.
court. That's so messed
Yeah,
up.
messed up, man.
That is like the guys have
Yeah.
to go through all of this. We don't do nothing. We just sit over here chilling, just waiting for a letter or whatever. All right, we go to court, but at the end of the day, we still got our kids, and all you gonna get is some visitation days.
Well,
That's so messed up. That's not
hold on though.
right. Yeah.
You don't automatically get visitations because
Oh.
it's jurisdiction laws. So another subject I can touch on because I went through it. I have a younger child. I pay child support for.
Mm-hmm.
Does live in the state of Illinois. Um, the mom put me on child support. Tried to put me on child support at the time. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, okay, you can put me on child support. Can I get some visitation? So we in child support court. I asked the judge, say, hey, before you guys put me on child support, can we do a family thing? And he was like, yeah, okay. This is I wasn't aware of it, so I went to the proceedings. I tried to get her subpoenaed. Well, I did subpoena her for family court for visitation. I was denied.
Mm.
I was denied because the Illinois Statute of Liberty of that in that chapter nature, it doesn't contribute to the Indiana. She lives in the state of Indiana, so there's two different it's two different jurisdictions. But remind you, the reason we was in court because she was trying to put me on child support. So they would pick up child support. It's fucked up. They will pick up a child support motion. She sent the motion from Indiana to the state of Illinois to put me on child support, but I picked up a motion sent back to her, get visitation rights, and is now is out of jurisdiction.
That's
How
crazy.
how's her child support in jurisdiction? We don't live in the same state. Remember, she needed to be taken to court in Indiana. But that's why that's once again I say it's gonna go in the mom's favor in some cases. That's it's fucked up, but I'm on child support. and I don't have no visitation rights.
Mm.
If she can keep them, if she want to keep them from me, she can. She don't have to bring them down here because if she don't want to, like, and she does that. Like I don't see them as much. It's sad, but I'm better. I'm in a better place now, so I don't let it hurt me
Mm.
because he's only gonna be young so long.
Yeah.
When these
Yeah.
kids start turning older,
Yep.
you cannot speak for them. You
Yep.
cannot speak for a 13-year-old kid. When that kid
Yeah.
want to see the other parent, you're gonna have to allow it, and then you're gonna have to face those. Well, why you didn't let me see my dad? What did he
Yep.
do?
Yeah.
Explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Explain it why you was being a bitter baby mama. You want to explain it. But they're gonna try to explain it. Of course they're gonna lie. Your dad
Mm-hmm.
didn't want you and all this
Yep.
stuff. And then like me, for instance, I got documentation. I
Yeah.
got I got 2 years worth of text messages showing it. So when he get older and family,
Mm-hmm.
because not even me, the whole family explained that way. It was your mom,
Yeah.
I don't know a person. I can't say what was her issue. I just know
Yeah.
that she was allowing me to see you, not contact you, uh, not be there like I wanted to see. So you're gonna have to
Right.
ask her though. You older now. If you want to read this to see how your mom was, I'm gonna let my child see the stuff. That's why
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not gonna withhold that. I want to show them I was trying.
Yeah.
I was trying to come to your birthday party. Your mom
Yeah.
didn't tell me your address.
Yeah.
I was trying to come to the debate. I was trying. She said it, and it wasn't no reason. It wasn't like I was abusive. These was personal things that was going on in her head. It wasn't like we had trouble history, alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
abuser, things. Those was not the facts. It was just your mom made a personal decision, and it almost could have affected us. And I'm happy, whatever age he gets to want to talk, I want to tell him I'm happy we discuss this now before we get later in life, because
Yeah.
I still want to build a bond with your son or
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
So when that kid get older, let them see it for themselves. And don't
Most definitely.
I'll tell any father, any mom, anybody, let that parent do that right now. They're gonna have to answer that kid one day.
They
When that
are.
when that kid start asking questions like, "Dang, why you being addicted to moms? Why you being addicted to
Yeah.
dad?"
Yeah.
You going to you only can lie so much, you know. And if other people see it, you gonna be on your own because his family gonna say the same thing, and then it's
Yep.
gonna click, and
Yeah.
then that child may resent you. You never know. You
Right.
causing it might be good now, make you look good now though, but that child may grow older and resent you. Like, damn,
That's
mom,
true.
I could have had a relationship with my dad, and he kept me with my dad. So that's why it's good to have the best relationship you can with your kids until they can be able to speak on their own and be
Yeah.
able to understand things, and then just give them the truth.
Most definitely. I sit here and think about when my son, he don't ask much now, but he used to ask like where my dad is. And I didn't want to lie. I was just like, oh, he's he's out west somewhere, I don't know. I was like, but don't worry about that. You got your grandparents. I would try to change the subject. And it's really sad, but it's like I didn't want to
Uh,
talk. I didn't excuse me. I didn't want to talk bad about his dad. But I didn't want to talk about
I
I didn't,
know, I
yeah,
know.
I didn't want to say anything bad about his dad because I don't want it to come off like I ain't gonna lie. Like my mama used to talk bad about my dad all the time, all the time. So when I got a little older, I always looked at him as this bad person because of what my mom put in my head. She never had anything to say, and that's because of what she went through. You know what I'm saying? Or whether he
I,
cheated, lied, or
I
whatever it
feel like
was.
that's selfish.
Yeah.
Don't take away that opportunity from that kid.
Yep. Yep.
Let that kid find out if their dad was a good or bad dad on that. Give them that opportunity.
Yeah.
Let them have their own experience. Stop trying to intervene in them kids' experience.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to because like when you put that in your kids' head, they're gonna start to believe that. But it wasn't until I got older and I built a relationship, and I really hate I didn't really get close to my dad until like a few years before he passed away, and I really hate that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I really lost that
Yeah.
opportunity. I really hate that because I start to realize my dad was just a manly. He was an alpha male. That's who he was. He didn't hide who he was. He was a street guy, but my mama knew that. And she chose to, be in a relationship. My thing is, if you know how a guy is, like you choose to deal with that, that's on you. You can't sit here and talk bad about them to the kids and stuff because that's not a fair opportunity of like letting me get to know who he is. And, I didn't really get to understand who he
Right.
was until the last couple of years and before he passed away. Yeah, I seen him throughout my life and stuff like that. He was locked up from my age, from 5 to 15, whatever. But when he got out, I just always looked into this bad person. I was never really around his side of the family. So it's just all these negative thoughts and, in my head and stuff because of what my mama said, because she was hurt and she was bitter. And that's what it was. I'm gonna call it like it is.
You
She was
can't do
hurt
that
and
though.
bitter. Yeah.
Just because you had a fall with that person,
Yeah.
don't strip those privileges from the child.
Yeah.
The child still have the right to know who their parent
They
was and
do.
who they are and who they stand for.
They
Just
do.
because you went through that, let the kid go through on their own. That's their own path they need to
Yeah.
follow.
Let
Do
them.
not
Yep.
intervene.
Yep. And
Yeah,
that's what a lot of parents do. They try to, because they hurt and they mad and they not fully healed. They sit up here talking bad about the parent, because they want somebody to kind of be on their side. So they have the child on their side, because the father wasn't there or whatever it is, rather he decided to take care of us. I don't know what the whole, because it's just one sided because I only heard her side of the story. Because when I was around my dad never ever said anything bad about her. And that's crazy. He never said anything bad about
as
her.
he should.
Yeah, but
As he
she
should.
always said something bad about him, so it was terrible. But as I got older, I realized that, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that hurt person that's sitting up here talking about a person. So it's like when my son asks me questions, I just said, oh, he'll come around one day, But I was like, it's cool. You got your grandparents and stuff there in your life. And then he said to me the other day, it was funny, but it really wasn't funny. It was sad at the same time, but it like caught me off guard because he had said something about his dad. I don't know if he said where his dad is or something. And he was like, oh, he must have never came back from getting the milk. And I'm like, what? It threw me
What?
off. Yeah.
What?
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 And he had this straight face on him. And it threw me off. I'm like, came back from getting the milk. What? And I'm like,
Yeah,
hold on, I've
he
heard
was
this
out of there.
before. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, ain't that what they say when dads don't come back in their lives? Like they went to the store and they came back because they went to go get the milk. And I'm like, that's so sad because you could tell he wanted a relationship that he's only 7, he can't really express it. And then here he see his other brother's dad in their life and stuff like that. And then his dad isn't around. Yeah, I mean, yet his grandparents are around, but it's not the same. And then he's a boy. I can't raise him to be a man. And I feel so bad. And I'm just like, this is so sad, but I'm not reaching out to him because I try and I don't like
I
I don't
mean, your child, what you said he's 8, 7, 8.
he's 7, he'll be 8 in a couple months.
So he's at that age. Pretty soon, if he wants to reach out, let him reach out
Yeah.
and let him try. Let him develop his own hurt. Don't
Yep.
install him. Don't install. Don't tell him nothing negative. Let him develop his own hurt,
Yeah.
and then his dad's gonna have to face that.
Is. Yeah.
So
I just like be trying to protect him. And I'm like, God, I don't want him to get hurt. But I gotta understand this is part of life. And my thing is, I don't even think like even when he's around his grandparents, I don't even think they try to call him or reach out or anything like that. And I'm like, that's so sad because I have
it
told his
is.
grandparents, I say, I said, does he like call or anything like that? To talk to me. He ain't even gotta talk to me. Talk to the child.
Right.
And he can do that while he's with y'all. I don't care. Let him establish his relationship for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it gets to a point like I can't keep my child from his father. That's a part of who he is. He gotta know him for himself, regardless of what we went
Right.
through or what
Right.
happened. Like that is his father, and that's not right because sometimes we hold back our kids and a lot of things happen to us because it's like drinking the poison whatever and we still getting hurt. You got to let that go. Whatever hurt, whatever
Mm-hmm.
pain or anything that somebody's going through, women, you have to let that go. You have
Let
to
it
let
go.
your kids be a part of their father's life because they are a big part. They like play an important role in who they are, who they're going to become, and that's not fair. Like you're gonna have so much explaining to do, and you can eliminate that by just letting the child be a part of life. You're gonna counseling, therapy, talking to someone positive, and or whatever it takes. You have to like,
It's it don't I ain't gonna lie. All that stuff,
mm-hmm,
therapy, counseling, all that, you have to want it for you.
that's
They can't want it, they cannot want it more than you. If
yeah,
you want to change, you have to change. It's just as simple as that. It's within a person. It's not somebody's putting a spell on you, making you turn your life around. You have to want it within yourself.
yeah,
So if you're not willing to change, You're gonna go through it. It's gonna be a rocky mountain for you, you know.
You are. No,
So
you are. You really are. But I don't know. I hope that things get better for you. You know, I know you're going through some stuff. And of course I hope things change for me. Whenever it does change, you know, it's not my timing, it's God's timing. So I'm just leaving everything
it
in God's
is. It
hands
is. You know.
and just, you know, and just let it play out the way it should. But
Yeah.
we're gonna end it right here. Skylar, I do thank you for coming on, sharing your story. And you're more than welcome to come back.